What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome into the Guilty as Charged podcast. Today, I'm joined by a very special guest. This is Arizona State running back Rachaad White. Rachaad, thanks for joining me, man. How are you doing today?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. Can't complain.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. So this is a bit of a fanboy interview for me because I put you as my running back one in this class, and that definitely surprised a lot of people. I think everyone knows you're a good back, knows you're a great back, but me having you as RB1 was definitely a surprise to some. So I hope this whole interview kind of gives a little bit of insight into why I think you're the running back one. And the first thing I want to talk about is your mental and physical toughness that I can definitely see because everywhere I look, it just seems like people they just can't stop putting the football in your hands. And I got to set the stage for our viewers here who maybe don't know. So there's that great game against Washington, right? You guys were down 10 in the fourth quarter. You carried that team on your back. Two fourth down conversions, four third down conversions, a touchdown to take the lead. I look at the USC game and you take that screen 30 yards, you break 6 tackles and all that. Must have been a very tiring play. They put you right back in the huddle and you run another 45 yards for a touchdown right after a very tiring play, man. And at the Senior Bowl, you have the most carries of any back there, the most total yards there. So what keeps you going mentally down to down to down to down? And how have you matured over the years to become what I think is an every down back?
I'll say just what keeps me going mentally is just you trying to win. So
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. Coaches believe in you. You know, my teammates believe in me. So just being out there, just fighting with them every play, because of course, running back is a brutal position, but every position take a pounding. So,
Sure.
I'm saying, my lineman got to block every play. It's lineman on lineman, things like that. So, just kind of how I look at it. If they can do it every play, I could be in the game every play, and if that's what my coach need me to do, I could be in the game every play, and like you said, touch the ball back to back on 2 tough runs, and just give my all every time I'm in each play, just like I know my teammates is doing.
Yeah, no, definitely seems like that for sure. So I do want to transition now to the NFL Combine because I had plenty of prospect interviews before the Combine, but you're actually the first person I'm talking to after the Combine. So what was just that overall experience like? I don't know if you knew this, but you scored 21st. You had the 21st best RAS score of all running backs since 1987, which means only 20 running backs over the last 35 years had a better RAS score than you. You knocked it out of the park. I can't imagine going and having to test athletically against some of the best, in the world, in the country, with my future bosses sitting in the stands. So what was that experience like down to the testing, the interviews? What was all that like for you?
For me, it was just I was just grateful,
Yeah.
very thankful to just be in that position, get the combine invite, and just be there. So for me, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Took it one day at a time. Um, Try to get better at something each day. Um, you know, like you said, at the end of the day, just focusing on me, controlling what I could control, things like that. So, the interviews I had, or the testing part, just kind of controlling what I control. Guys like me, so I know for me, I can speak on me. You got certain goals and
Hmm.
expectations, and for yourself, that you want to come out of there, that you accomplish, and things like that. So that was the biggest thing. No, it was grateful that the GMs and future bosses was up there, but I kind of tuned all that out, and just
Nice.
out there and have fun, and try to perform to the best of my ability, just for myself.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely did. Like I said, the 21st best score in 35 years. That doesn't get a whole lot better than that. Not many guys who can say they did that for sure. Before I transition to the film, because I definitely do want to get into it, because I know you went to the Senior Bowl and you obviously went to the Combine. The Chargers were at both. We are a Chargers podcast. I'm just curious, did you have any conversations with the Chargers, or did your agent have any conversations with the Chargers? You don't have to say in the specifics, just out of curiosity.
Um, I had a conversation with the Cardinals, man, but I don't know if my agent had. My agent, like, me and him, is we great. We fit each other well, but he just know I be locked in, so he know, like he'd tell me if I wanted to know it, but I don't even ask him who we be having conversation with, things
Okay.
like that. I kind of wanted more to be a surprise, but at the same time, just because conversations sometimes don't matter anyway, too. They could like you, things like that, but are they gonna pick you? You still don't know,
Of course.
depending. So I just, like I said, just like right now, I'm just focusing, training, having fun, spending a lot of time with my family, and just
Good.
enjoying this process.
Fantastic. All right, so I do want to get into this because this is a lot of fun, and obviously this matters more than the stats or everything. This first play here, hopefully you can see it on
Yeah.
your screen. You don't have to even break it down if you don't want to. I just wanted to go over what you can do, and this is, you're going to motion here. There's the RPO. You catch it on the swing, catch it for a touchdown. It's great, and you statistically. Another reason that I have to put you number one is because you were top 3 in yards per reception, yards after the catch per reception, yards per route run among many running backs that we charted. So fantastic work as always, of course. And I'll go ahead and play this. If you want to talk about it, you can. But I just really want to know what makes you so successful after the catch, because I feel like there are very few backs in this class who can make this kind of play out of just a simple swing or a screen. Very, very, I don't want to say basic concept, but it sort of is. This is nothing, you know, crazy. This is just all you. Give Rachaad White the ball and let him get yards after the catch here. So what makes you so successful here?
I mean, it was just like a little, like you said, RPO, a little double back set.
Hmm.
Uh, the other running back on the other side, my boy Chip, he could run the ball. So it was just basically trying to put some, more athletes on the field as you can to do, more things such as this play. And I mean, what kind of set it all up was, obviously, the look that we got. So as I go in motion and nobody goes with me, uh,
Mm-hmm.
football player, I already know I'm getting the ball because it's two for three. So I mean,
Right.
there's two receivers on two DBs out there or two defensive players out there, and this one guy with the ball. So
Yeah.
that it already set up successful. So as I'm going to motion, I already knew I'm getting the ball. And first thing was to catch the ball obviously. So I
Yeah.
catch the ball, just set myself up position, and as soon as I get the ball, um, I kind of see my guy, Johnny. He trying to do the best he can, my receiver
Hmm.
on that block. But I knew as soon as I catch the ball, if I could just pause that defender, it was space outside still that I could get outside instead
Hmm.
of probably, some people they catch the ball and just probably attack outside out the gate, which
Mm.
get that defender, leverage or whatever to, force you, use the sideline as a defensive player as well. So soon as I got the ball, what I thought to do was attack the defender. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of what I did. So I attacked him, and I knew that would kind of freeze up his footing. So I attacked him and did like a little stutter, whatever, a little stutter rocker step. When I
Yeah.
attacked him, I know I could freeze him up, and I could freeze him up. It's my advantage because he stopped his feet while I'm still going forward, uh,
Right.
momentum. So I mean, other than that, after that, I just knew my coach always say you most likely you make the first man miss, you make the second man. You put the second man out of position to make the tackle, so he's going to end up most likely missing.
Hmm.
So that's what ended up here. The guy kind of have leverage, kind of had a little leverage on me, but I just knew that, kind of like defensive personnel, things like that. A lot of guys don't really like to tackle running back, especially in the second.
Yeah.
So, I just kind of knew I wasn't phased to worry about him. Then I got my other defender upfield, and he's blocking his butt off for me. So,
Yeah.
it just kind of set up perfectly with, angles and leverage and things like that. I mean, you see, I'm tacking up the sideline. So that cornerback up there that my guy blocking, he think, it's possibility I could hit straight up the sideline.
Mm.
And then I just cut off, his block at the last minute. And after that, it was just, a race to the end zone.
Yeah, and you won. You won more often than not. For whatever reason, you loved terrorizing USC. I am a USC fan, so thanks for the 400 yards the last 2 seasons where you seem to be destroying USC, which is that's fine. Hey, I forgive you for that. But no, it's just fantastic work. Like I said, some guys just can't pull this off naturally. And you make it look so natural, so easy, and of course, you are very athletic, so you can pull away at the end. Just very impressive overall. Had to show that one. There was again that one against USC, I believe the following year, where you broke 6 tackles on one play and carried guys. It was unbelievable. So fantastic work against USC, but I'll forgive you. So This one here, I wanted to talk about one outside play, one inside play here. I believe this is your outside zone to the weak side over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this play, I wanted because you talked about patience and momentum and all that. I do think your work as a receiver does stand out the most, but your patience without stopping your feet, without losing your momentum, I think is what also separates you from other people because, sometimes it's vision, sometimes it's just, I don't know, whatever it is, they're not seeing things right. You have this great knack. It's like boxing, you don't have to always be throwing punches, but you can't stop moving your feet. You can't stand there. And so throughout your game, you're always keeping your feet active, moving forward, and even minimally until the opportunity is right. So this one, I do want you to definitely walk me through, what you're seeing before the snap, what the expectation of the play is, and then how you sort of sort through the traffic to pick up a first down. I'll go ahead and run it through for everybody, or and for you obviously as well, and then we can talk about it.
Um, I mean, so this was kind of our, inside zone play.
Mm.
Uh, typically, I do. I mean, I was very good on my coach. He was, able to teach me fronts and things like that. So
Hmm.
and just numbers and stuff like that. So I mean, obviously, our strength is to the viewers right now or to whoever going to watch this. They would see the strength as to the right
Hmm.
of them on the screen. But in the game, obviously, it's to the left because that's where my tight ends are. Uh, that's where my the tight ends and the bulk of my offensive guys are. So then you look to the where the actual play we running, which to the viewers is to our left.
Hmm.
So inside zone, we're running it to our left right now. So I mean, you just know you got numbers there, things like that, just based off alignments of the defensive players. They kind of off guard, but you like you said, you always gotta the patience and the vision, things like that. You can't teach that, but you always gotta like who got what gap, this and like that, and you just
Right.
kind of gotta bring like second level guys, to help to your linemen. So that's what I was big on doing. You see my body, I'm looking like I'm gonna attack that, but you see number one, he got that gap, but I got a double team on 93
Hmm.
going up. I got a double team on 93 going up to trying to climb up to 15 if they can. So I was just playing it patiently, this and like that. I just seen a little crease and I hit it and I hit it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Not a 90-yard touchdown by any means, but certainly an impressive one that shows off what you can do, kind of working a little bit more to the outside here. Or as you said, inside zone. I apologize that it was outside, but my bad. All right, so this last one here, this is your touchdown run. I'm sure you've seen this. I'm sure you remember it. Again, more inside, I guess, than the last play. So I'd like to just cover this one real fast. I'll play it for everybody. Again, another
Uh,
fantastic patient run, of course. What was the call here, and then what were you expecting, and then what did
yeah, I
you?
mean it was just a gap scheme play. For us in our offense, it's called like Glendale, whatever. Just a two back power
Mhm.
with like two guys pulling. So I mean it was short yardage right here. I believe it was like 4 for 1.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
and coach called us play. We're really just kind of trying to get a yard or whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, of course, as a running back, you got to get the yard. But sometimes I feel like certain guys, they just too focused on getting that yard to where
I love that.
they kind of don't be themselves. And I made sure on short yards and things like that. At the end of the day, yeah, I got to get that yard, but I can't just limit myself to just getting 1 yard just because we need it. So I mean, I ran a play how I was taught. My fullback in front of me, he's going to seal the edge. You
Hmm.
see, I got two pullers coming around. So I'm just staying tight. As you see, I'm about to just go downhill. Just playing the patient. I see a lot of guys overflowing to the play side,
Mm.
to the side it's going to right now. So, um, I'm just kind of being smooth, playing the patient, things like that. Just kind of pressing the gap, like I said earlier, just trying to fill it out, get guys to come down and play over the top, things like that. And as the play keep going and it develop, that backside safety, he ended up going. If you can see him right there, he's to the left in the middle. You about to see a
Hmm.
guy he goes over the top because I attacked that hole right there, and then I
Nice.
knew he wouldn't be able to turn his hips like that good. So.
Mm. No, fantastic setup. So yeah, the safety right there.
right there.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm,
Wow.
I'm
Fantastic.
setting as he trying to, kind of turn too late.
And off to the races. A little bit of celebrating. I kept it in there. There we go. Nice. All right, man. So thanks so much for joining me. This is fantastic. You obviously are seeing the field in a whole different way that 99.9% of us just do not. So it's fantastic to hear everything. Before I let you go, what are you doing the weekend of the draft? Are you going to be with family? What are you doing? And more importantly, are you guys cooking anything? And what are you eating?
Yeah. So I mean, thank you for having me on for sure. I'm very thankful. I'm grateful that you had me on here, honestly. And yeah, I'm just chilling with family, things
Nice.
like that. Just gonna kick back. Some of my guys, my friends, my boys coming. Out. I'm gonna be in AZ. That's where I be at. And just gonna have a good time, honestly. And you receive that call, just be happy, be grateful, or be ready to, go to work wherever I go. And I like soul food a lot, so we'll be eating soul food.
Cool. Sounds fantastic, man. Who's cooking it though is my question because every person I talk to, their mom has the best recipe. So is it your mom cooking? Who's cooking here?
Yeah, I mean, my mom got the best recipes, but we end up getting a chef, so we got a chef.
Oh, wow. Rachaad White's family is very fancy over here, getting a chef going. I love that. Awesome, man. Well, enjoy the process. Your name is definitely going to get called. Can't wait to see where you go. I personally, of course, would love you to go to the Los Angeles Chargers. Not a bad spot, but if not, that's okay. Can't wait to see what you could do on Sundays and Thursdays and Saturdays and Mondays and all that.
Thank you, appreciate you so much for having me on.
All right, take care, Rachaad.
All right, you too.